Happy Friday, everyone. So I did not really get a chance to vlog today. We went on a field trip to the zoo in my city. It's only about 19 minutes. It's a 19-minute drive from the school. And because our school is super small, I teach at a private Christian school, we often have to have teachers drive. So I drove the school van today, and I am actually the one who planned the field trip. So this is my very first time since being at the school that I've planned a field trip. I tried to plan another one, but the people never got back in contact with me. There are some people who are really very much into the details and really good at planning things, and that's not me. I have my strengths, and field trip planning is not really in my wheelhouse. It's just not. Maybe if I made a checklist and a timeline and all that kind of thing, maybe I would be better at it. Let me know, drop a comment. If you are a teacher, how do you feel about planning field trips? Do you do well with it? Are you really good at it? Do you enjoy it? Yeah, let me know. I was telling my coworker, our kindergarten teacher, I was like, you know what, I don't think I ever want to plan another field trip. And I was telling her this is my first time planning a field trip for our school. She knows everything that happened, and she was like, oh my gosh, the zoo is a hard field trip to plan because there's a lot of moving parts. I didn't know that I needed a separate admission check. I needed two separate checks. So I needed a check for admission to the zoo, and then I needed another check to pay for our lunches. And when I got there, I'm waiting in line for 20 minutes, and there's only two people in front of me in line, and I don't know why the line was moving so slowly. And so I get up there, I'm here with my school. I tell her the school name, I hand her the check, and she was like, oh, well, it's only one something. And I'm like, my check is for 100 something more than that. That seemed a little odd. And so she was telling me I needed a separate check to pay for the lunches, which I'm sure they probably put that in an email. There was so much correspondence back and forth between me and the zoo, between trying to finalize a date. I went through so many different dates with them, and then trying to email back and forth about which lunch slot time could we have, and then more emails about whether or not we were going to do the educational program and the deposit for the program, and then more emails than that about, it was just emails upon emails. And so somewhere between all of those emails, my fingers got buttery and something slipped through the cracks. And so totally my fault. I should have just been paying more attention to details like that. And when I got to the window, the lady was telling me we have to have separate checks, and I cannot refund you right now. So she was basically saying that if she took the check, she wouldn't be able to give me the change. They would have to mail it to the school, and that would be no bueno, because then what money am I going to have to pay for our lunches? And so I am like, hold on, let me call my principal. I get her on the phone. She's like, hold on, let me, see what I can do. Give me 5 minutes. And so I'm asking the lady, can I just stand to the side? Do I have to get back in line? And she's telling me I would have to get back in line, which the line is really long now at this point. And I'm like, if there were only 2 people in front of me, it was taking 20 minutes for me to get up to the window. We're going to be out here for hours. And so she was telling me I could go into one of the general admission lines. So I go talk to my other teachers, which we only have one kindergarten class, one first grade class, one second grade class. So I go tell the K1 teachers what's going on, and I just hop back into the general admission line. I see a guy in a shirt who works for the zoo. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for that. I tell him my situation, and he's like, oh, we can break it up for you. And so at this point, I'm thinking, why could the lady at that other window, if this is something that's so, he made it seem really easy, let me just go upstairs to the cafeteria and make sure I can do this for you. I'm pretty sure I can. Just hold on, I'll be right back. So he dashes off, and as promised, he comes right back, and he's like, okay, it's all, situated. Meet me back at the window where you were before, and we'll get you, everything that you need. So in the end, it all worked out. Honestly, we were waiting for quite a long time. Like, I'm not happy about how long the students and parents who are chaperoning had to wait for us to finally be admitted into the zoo. But once we were in there, it was such a good time. The students had fun, you know, we're walking around. The weather was perfect. I think it was about a high of 75 today. It was bright and sunny with a nice cool breeze. And I have been on field trips to the zoo where the temperature is just really, really hot. And there's not one small cloud the size of a man's hand to be found anywhere in the sky. And the students are miserable. I'm miserable. We're all sweating. The sun is beating down. There's no shade. Like, I've been to the zoo on days like that. So today was a real treat that, you know, we just had a really good time. I had a couple students who ended up not going on the trip, but all my students' parents were there except for one. So it just worked out really well. And I actually knew last night that today was going to be a really long day. It was long but good. I knew it was going to be a long day because all this week I have been going to bed really late and still waking up at my regular 5 a.m. time. So last night when I got into bed, I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot even wait for tomorrow to be over, because I just knew, like, you know, field trip days can be very can wear on your body. Like, you have to be extra alert, you know, constantly counting kids. You want to make sure, like, that everyone's together. You don't want to lose anyone. You know, you're not in the familiarity of your regular school building, and so you just really have to be very alert to make sure, you know, at all times that everyone is accounted for. And so I was just already ready for the day to be over. But honestly, I'm not as tired today as I thought I would be. And it's probably because I have a much smaller class this school year. And that really makes a huge difference. So anyway, this is not what I was wearing today. I was wearing my Pack Life shirt. The name of my school is Impact. And so this school year, they've been giving us, I think we've gotten 3 or 4 t-shirts so far, and they have like really been making some good t-shirts. And so it says Pack Life, God Family, God Faith Family, or God Family Impact on it, I think. And I came home though, and I took a shower, and now I'm in the parking lot of Massage Envy because I have a Massage Envy membership, which I've mentioned in another one of my vlogs. And so I'm going to go in and get a massage. I'm trying a new person, and because the very first lady that I went to here towards the end of last year, she does such a phenomenal job. She was recommended to me by my best friend. And after that massage, I was like, sign me up for the membership. I need this. But she doesn't work here anymore. And so this month is March. In February, I tried someone new. I was not at all happy or pleased. And I was supposed to have a massage 2 weeks ago, but they double booked the person. And so they called me and they're like, hey, so sorry we double booked. Do you want to try? They said the lady's name. It immediately went off in my head like, that's the lady who you went to the last time, and you will not ever go back again to that same person. So I've rescheduled again to today with the person who was originally supposed to be, and she comes very highly recommended, so I'm hoping that she does a really great job. Anyway, my massage is at 6. It's 5:57, so enough of my babbling. I'm going to head in, and I'll see you guys later. I just had my massage, and she did a good job. She is no Cynthia. Cynthia is like the reason why I signed up for the Massage Envy membership. She didn't do a bad job. She really didn't. She did good. And it was very relaxing. I fell asleep. Like, I started snoring. I can always tell when I start snoring. Well, maybe not always, but I did start snoring. It was very relaxing. Not at all like the bad experience that I had in February. And so I'm satisfied and pleased with that. I need to go find something to eat for dinner, which I didn't meal plan this week, so every day has been like pulling out my hair. Well, just kidding. I love my hair. I'd never pull my hair all out. But every day this week has just been like, oh my gosh, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? And today's another day of that. So this weekend, I'm definitely going to have to meal plan. Tomorrow morning is the Chick-fil-A biscuit run, a fundraiser that I'm doing with my school. It's the biggest fundraiser that my school has. Like, it generates the most money for my school. And the winner in every age category gets free Chick-fil-A for a year. So we'll see how that goes. I have not been running since February probably. So now I'm all nice and relaxed. Let's get started on the weekend.